probably did hundreds of cases, maybe thousands of cases, charging people with criminal offenses. And of course, you have knowledge of the thousands of cases out there that where people have been charged. Do you know of any case where a person has been charged for obstruction of justice, or for that matter, any other criminal offense, where they said or thought they hoped for an outcome?
I don't know well enough to answer. And the reason I keep saying his words is I took it as a direction.
Right.
I mean, this is the President of the United States with me alone saying, I hope this. I took it as this is what he wants me to do. Now, I didn't obey that, but that's the way I took it.
You may have taken it as a direction, but that's not what he said.
Correct. That's why
he said, I hope.
Those are exact words. Okay. Correct.
You haven't focused at all on outside groups that could come in and escalate the violence?
Sir, if a matter is brought to our attention, it would come under our review.
But you haven't done any?
We don't have a report for you on that, sir.
But have you done any investigation?
Sir, if a matter is brought to our attention, it would come under our review.
Well, Mr. Chairman, with that, I yield back without getting a single answer to a single question we posed.
The chair recognizes the gentleman from Tennessee, Mr. Cohen, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I'm going to be like Ms. Lee and ask you a lot of questions.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. I didn't know that was the process we're going to follow, but I appreciate that. I support the gentleman's amendment. Ask yourself a series of questions. I did this last time we got together on the same issue. In the summer of 2016, ask yourself a series of questions. Why would the Attorney General of the United States tell the FBI Director of the United States to call the Clinton investigation a matter, not an investigation? Why would she do that? Why in the summer of 2016 would the Attorney General meet with the former President, Clinton, on the tarmac 1 day before the Benghazi report is to be released, 3 days before Secretary Clinton is to be interviewed? Why would the Attorney General meet with President Bill Clinton on the tarmac at the Phoenix airport? Why would she do that? Why would, in the days just following that meeting between Ms. Lynch and President Clinton, why would the Attorney General of the United States, in correspondence with the public relations folks at the Justice Department, why would she use the name Elizabeth Carlisle on her emails and not Loretta Lynch? Why would she do that? Mr. Raskin, you're laughing. I'm laughing too. Why would she do that? If you're just talking about grandkids and golf, why the need to use a fake name? Right? Why would she do that? And why would the Department of Justice give Cheryl Mills the greatest immunity deal I've ever seen, the Secretary Clinton's former chief of staff? Why would they do that in the summer of 2016? And why would Director Comey, as my friend and colleague pointed out, draft an exoneration letter before the investigation of Secretary Clinton is complete and before Secretary Clinton has even been interviewed by the FBI? Why would all those things happen in the summer of 2016? It just seems like a logical question to ask. Maybe, just maybe, it was because there was something else going on in the summer of 2016. Maybe there was a presidential election, and maybe the United States Justice Department was trying to influence what happened in that election. I think it's maybe a logical conclusion to reach, and certainly some questions need to be asked. But that raises one more important why question this committee needs to ask ourselves today. Why won't, this is where the ranking member is right, we should conduct our own investigation, the ranking member just said, which raises an important why for the House Judiciary Committee. Why won't this committee look into this situation? Why won't we look into exactly what Mr. Gates is asking for? Mr. Chairman, we sent a letter 7 weeks ago to the Justice Department asking for a bunch of documents. Have we got any of those documents yet? I don't think we have. So maybe it's time the House Judiciary Committee did its job and started looking into these issues that Mr. Gates raises in his resolution that this committee passed 7.5 weeks ago. Maybe that's the most important. All those other why questions from 2016 are pretty darn important, but the most important why question is, why isn't the Judiciary Committee looking? I would love to have Mr. Comey sitting right there where these folks are sitting at the table and ask him some questions about those things that took place in the summer of 2016. I'd love to have Loretta Lynch sit there, ask her some questions about why these things took place and why did she have to use the alias Elizabeth Carlisle? That's the kind of thing I think the American people are demanding. Those are the questions they want to ask. And the most important question is the one we need to ask ourselves. Why isn't the House Judiciary Committee doing an investigation? So I support the gentleman's amendment. Hope it passes. Hope we don't just table Call the previous question on the Democrat amendment. I hope we pass Mr. Gates' amendment and refer it favorably. Hope we actually start getting the documents we requested 7 weeks ago from the Justice Department. With that, I yield back and thank the gentleman.